Dear friends, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Nitesh Goyal from DAV College, Chandigarh. I am going to present before you the first module titled Research Methodology and Introduction, Objectives and Approaches under the paper titled Tourism and Hospitality Research. This module will cover the following topics: the introduction, the definition and meaning of research, objectives of research, different approaches towards research, the significance of research, and finally, the summary. Dear friends, after the completion of this module, you will be able to understand the meaning of research, understand why the research is done, get an insight into the different approaches to research, understand the importance, the need, and the significance of the research. Friends, first of all, I would like to give you a brief introduction about the topic. Research is such a topic that is present at every nook and corner of life. It is not just related to the scientist or the researcher, but also with every human being in one or the other way. We can see the research being undertaken by all of us in our routine lives only. Even if a person goes for shopping in the near vicinity of his area, he will come across the various aspects of research. A person will make sufficient efforts to visit a number of shops and explore the prices of the product to be purchased along with the variety available. He will also look for the competition and bring himself in a better position of bargaining with the seller. Everything that is just mentioned here is research that is conducted by ourselves in our real life. Thus, it can easily be said that the research is not just related to a specific group of people but with the human development. This unit is aimed at presenting an eagle's eye view of what exactly this whole concept is all about. Now, after having a brief introduction, I would like to give before you the definition and the meaning of research. The word research is made up of two words, that is re and search, meaning hereby that searching again. In simple words, the term research refers to the pursuit or the search for knowledge. The relevant information on a specific topic in a systematic and scientific discovery can also be defined as research. Rather, research can also be called as an art of scientific investigation. One of the authors, named Larry, in 2005 defined research as a creative, strategic thinking process that involves constantly assessing, reassessing, and making decisions about the best possible means for obtaining trustworthy information, carrying out the appropriate analysis, and tracing credible solutions. Research can be defined in a comprehensive manner as a method discovery of truth, which is really a method of critical thinking. It constitutes of defining and redefining the problems, formulating hypotheses or suggesting solutions, collecting and organizing and evaluating data, making deductions and reaching conclusions, and at last carefully testing the conclusions to determine whether they fit the formulated hypothesis or not. Every individual on this earth possesses an important instinct of inquisitiveness. Whenever something new or unknown comes to us, we start wondering, and the inquisitiveness makes us inspect our own understanding of the unknown. This curiosity is actually the mother of whole knowledge, and the techniques or the methods which a man adopts for gaining such knowledge of something which was unknown earlier can be termed as research. Thus, in a nutshell, research can be termed as a pursuit or a search for the knowledge, which is an outcome of the inquisitiveness about the unknown. Further, it can be treated as a movement from the unknown to known and finally trying to understand the unknown. And this knowledge can then be used for the betterment of the whole mankind. The research defined above is in very general sense. However, when we treat the research as an academic activity, it should be defined in a more technical sense. Many researchers have defined this term differently, covering various aspects of the research. According to Clifford Woody, research comprises of defining and redefining the problems, formulation of hypotheses, and collection, organizing, and evaluation of data, and finally reaching the conclusions. Slinger and Stephenson have a different viewpoint towards research. They define research as the manipulation of things, the concepts, or symbols for the purpose of generalizing to extend, correct, or verify knowledge, whether that knowledge aids in construction of theory or in the practice of an art. The term research is the search of facts with the help of the study, observations, surveys, experiments, and field study. In other words, the search for knowledge in an objective and systematic manner of arriving at some solution to predefined problem is explained as research. This systematic approach that relates to generalization and the development of a theory is again termed as research. It can also be said that the term research refers to the expression of the problem, formulation of hypothesis, collection of data, analyzing the collected data, and then reaching to the certain conclusions or the solutions for the problem at hand. Research is carried out to bring out the solutions to a problem through systematic adoption of scientific procedures that stand as the primary objective of any sort of research. There is no research without having any objectives in mind. Without any objectives, the research becomes directionless and leads the researcher nowhere and put all the money, efforts, and all other resources involved into waste. The main purpose of undertaking the research is to dig out the real facts which are unknown or which have not been discovered yet. Although every study may have its own specific purposes. However, the research objectives may fall into any of the following broad groupings. First, the exploratory or the formulative research studies. Under the exploratory or formulative research studies, the main objective of the research is to gain familiarity with a phenomena or to achieve new insights into it. This kind of study actually forms the foundation of all the studies as it helps the researcher get himself aware of the right direction. Second, the descriptive research studies. Under the descriptive research studies, the main objective of the research is to describe the existing phenomena of the subject matter, situation, or a group. That is, it describes the features or the behavior of a particular set of population under study. Third, the diagnostic research study. Under the diagnostic studies, the main objective of the research is to determine the frequency with which something occurs or with which it is associated with something else. Fourth, the hypothesis testing research studies. Under hypothesis testing research studies, the main objective is to test a hypothesis of a causal relationship between the said variables. In other words, this type of study tries to establish the association between the variables under study. Although research is present everywhere, but the approach towards it may be different by different researchers. The research can be seen under two different approaches. First, the quantitative approach. The quantitative approach of research involves the generation of data in a quantitative form which can be put for further statistical analysis in a systematic and strict manner. Quantitative approach can further be sub-classified into inferential approach. The main objective behind the inferential approach is to undertake research from a database, enabling the researcher to infer the key features or the relationships of the population under study. This is generally done with the help of a survey, where a sample is drawn by using various sampling techniques from the given universe and is then studied to determine the characteristics of the sample, which can then further be generalized for the whole universe. Secondly, the experimental approach. This approach involves conducting of research in a controlled manner. This control is taken on the overall research environment and the variables involved with the study. Many a time, some of the variables are found to be continuously changing and effect of such change on other variables is observed for the resulting outcomes. Thirdly, the simulation approach. The simulation approach enables a researcher to undertake the observations of the dynamic behavior of a system or its subsystem under the stimulated or controlled conditions. Simulation here refers to the operation of a numerical model that represents the structure of a dynamic process. Given the values of initial conditions, parameters, and exogenous variables, a simulation is run to represent the behavior of the process over time. The second approach. The second approach is named as qualitative approach. The qualitative approach towards research is concerned with the assessment of behavior, opinions, views, attitudes, etc. and in a subjective manner. Research in such kind of conditions is more of a function of researchers' inner sense and insights. Such an approach helps a researcher to obtain results either in qualitative form or in the form which are not required to be put for further statistical analysis. Thus, for the purpose of conducting a qualitative research, the techniques like objective techniques, focus group interviews, depth interviews are generally adopted. Now, after having the approach towards the research, it is the time to get a glimpse of the significance part. As per the famous Hudson maxim, all progress is born out of inquiry. Doubt is often better than overconfidence as it leads to inquiry, and inquiry further leads to invention. Increased amount of research generally leads to progress for any business. Progress in any company or even any country is possible only because of research based activities. Research provides basis for decision making in any business, as research is a scientific and systematic study to find the solution to business problems. Various statistical methods are helpful in dealing with the critical aspects of business and are useful for business decision making. Research helps in inculcating scientific thinking. Research also promotes the way of thinking more logically and scientifically, also away from the bias. Let's take the significance one by one. Firstly, it is required in every field. The research plays a vital role in any field of study, be it applied economics, businesses, or towards the economy as a whole. And this role has significantly increased in the current times, as it is well established fact that the nature of business and government is quite complex. The requirement of research has attracted more and more attention towards its extensive use in solving problems. Thus, the research has gained a lot of importance for being used as an aid for formulation of economic policy, both for the government as well as the business. Secondly, it helps in formulation of government policies. In our economic system, whatever the government policies are formulated are actually based on some kind of research. For example, our new economic policy, industrial policy, export-import policy, monetary policy, fiscal policy, and similar policy of Government of India, which are based on initial researches done in the relevant fields. Like for monetary policy, research is conducted to understand the present flow of money in the economy, and similar researches are undertaken. Also, government's budgets are dependent on the analysis done on the information gathered through research on the desires and needs of the people. Then the cost of needs is equated with the expected revenues. All these estimates of expected costs and expected revenues are done on the basis of research only. Thus, the research helps us in devising the alternative policies and also examine the consequences of each of these alternatives. Thirdly, helps in decision making. Although decision making may not be the exact purpose of research, but it ultimately leads to decision making for the policy maker or the decision taker. All government and business organizations take their decisions after a careful analysis of the existing circumstances. The fourth, market operations and motivational research. Research plays a key role in finding the solution to numerous planning and operational related problems existing in any industry or any specific business. Market research and operational research, along with motivational research, have been taken as extremely important, and their results aid in many ways in taking any business decisions. Market research is an analysis of the configuration and development of a market with some specific objectives. The purpose may be of formulation of effective policies, starting from procurement of raw material to selling of the final product and other allied activities. The operations research can be explained as the application of logical and mathematical techniques to arrive at the solution for the problems arising before any business. These problems are termed as optimization problems, which may generally include minimization of costs, maximization of profits. Third, the motivational research. The motivational research helps an organization in determining why a specific group of persons behave in a said manner and which is further concerned with market characteristics. In simple words, it can be said that motivational research is concerned with the determination of motivations that decides the behavior of the existing or the prospective customers. The above mentioned three types of researches are of great use to the person that are directly or indirectly involved in some kind of business and are also accountable for taking business decisions. Hence, the research has been of great use with regard to those market forces factors that has got high utility in business. If through research a business is able to forecast the future demand accurately, it becomes easier for the business to adjust its supply schedule within the given capacity to produce. For example, if a tourism enterprise does not forecast the total number of tourist footfall, it will not be able to provide appropriate services for its clients, whether existing or prospective. Moreover, estimating the marketing scenario has now become an integral part of any business policy. Budgeting undertaken by any business, which ultimately gives the projected profit and loss, is primarily, again, based on previous and forecasted data for sales. And the estimation of forecasted sales figures further depends upon research. Once the exercise of sales forecasting is completed, further related decisions can be taken up by the policy makers. Thus, the research has actually replaced the old school of intuitive business decision making by more logical and scientific decision. The application in business organizations. In any organization, research is carried out in all functional areas like marketing. The research is carried out to study under marketing for the expected scenario of market and its forces, that is demand and supply. It also helps an organization to explore more opportunities, understand consumers, improve market effectiveness, etc. Second functional area is accounting. Research helps an organization in accounting by adopting the latest methods and techniques for various accounting purposes. The third functional area where research can be helpful is the research has proved quite fruitful in the understanding of the financial scenario of an organization. It is through research only one can find out the present financial situation of the organization and what is lying ahead. One can forecast future financial requirements and devise the ways for its optimum utilization. The fourth functional area is the human resource management. The research is carried out to understand the current employees' requirement understand the employee's behavior, control the employee's turnover, and suggest the ways for improving the employee's satisfaction, etc. Large business houses generally have a dedicated research and development department for undertaking continuous research and making improvements in the existing structure and working methods. The next significance of research is it helps in studying the social relationships. Research plays a very vital role in understanding social relationships, arriving at some solution to various social problems. It helps in obtaining an intellectual satisfaction for having knowledge of some of the things. Apart from that, studying social relationships gives a researcher its practical and real life utility for making it capable of doing something well or in an improved way for the forthcoming times. In addition to the points just mentioned, the significance of research can also be viewed in a different angle of its utility. For the students who are pursuing their master's, MPhil, or PhD degree, undertake the research at different levels. The research may prove to be a path breaker in setting up their careers and attain a high position in the social structure. Secondly, the research is source of livelihood for many professionals who serve the research-based agencies. Thirdly, research acts as the outlet for new ideas and insights for many philosophers, scientists, and thinkers. The next significance of research can be seen as that it leads to cost effectiveness. Research is a tool that helps in reducing costs to a large extent. Many of the businesses undertake research on a continuous basis. It is through research only from where the techniques like ABC analysis, Kaizen costing, etc. have evolved. Reduced costs acts as a win-win situation for all, that is, for the business, for the customers and the stakeholders. Reduced costs leads to lower price and the benefit is actually passed on to the end consumer, and the business can give a tough competition to its rivals by providing the products at a cheaper rate. Thus, research can be treated as the Gangotri or the source of knowledge. In the current scenario, most of the business decisions are taken only after conducting sufficient research. The research provides the basis of any decision that may be taken by an organization of any sort. Till now, we have discussed a lot of aspects of research. It is now time to sum up the whole lecture. Friends, research is a tool that acts as a foundation for any building and a strong pillar for any discipline, scientific or otherwise, something that is present in public domain. Research is a structured, well thought of and sequential method of inquiry. Research is directed towards clearly declared or even undeclared objectives of any organization. This inquiry conducted leads to validating the existing postulates or generalization and application of new theories and models. Generally, research is divided into different types depending upon the kind of study is to be undertaken, like descriptive, analytical, applied, fundamental, qualitative, quantitative, conceptual, and empirical. This differentiation is not only based on the kind of the study but also on the nature and applicability of that research. The main objective of any research is always to dig out something which is hidden beneath and also relevant. Although decision taking may not be the actual objective of any research, but it ultimately will lead to some solutions to the problems at hand and some decisions will be taken accordingly. Further, the research itself is studied under two broad approaches, that is, quantitative approach and the qualitative approach. These two approaches are further subdivided under heads like inferential, experimental, simulation. Unexplained phenomena that has never been explored are explained by the research only. Thus, The research has proven to be very significant in every field and yielded many benefits for one and society. Thank you.